Alright, so before we head into the video, guys, do not miss out on Invincigirl, The Insurmountable Woman, written by Charles Arlington. This is an absolutely hilarious book. It's a sort of like daily slice of life story following Sasha Scorza, a social media billionaire, who also is a crime-fighting superheroine whose powers, she's invincible. And there is so much just hilarious moments in this book throughout the story. It's like slice of life where anything mundane that you can imagine that someone just does, like Invincigirl here, who's also Sasha Scorza, fighting crime day to day. She turns every scenario into the wackiest, most insane circumstance imaginable. I mean, anything that turns out to be normal at first is just flies out the window, normality gone, and it just turns into craziness thereafter. She's followed around by her super hot assistant, Veronica, and who, by the way, used to be a supermodel. This is a story that has a lot of characters, hilarious moments. Sasha Scorza, also known as Invincigirl, she takes herself very seriously, but her personality makes for a great character to just so many moments for absolute laughter, man. Definitely pick up this book if you're looking for a good story with a lot of creativity and imagination in mind, and you're looking for characters that are both compelling, but also a story that is very lighthearted as much as it has depth to the narrative. Anyways, back into the video. And of course, we are back. Now, if you guys have yet to actually purchase one of my books, get the frick out of this video. You have no business being here. The only reason I'm making these videos right here is so that I can be your solution to wokeness in our media, wokeness in our storytelling. So get out of this video if you're not real about it. I do not care about you if you do not want the solution, so that we can actually get some good stories for once. I make my work so that I can be your solution. And if you won't take it, then again, you're a clown, and I want to have absolutely nothing to do with you. So get the frick out and go enjoy the other retards out there who don't care about giving to you a solution, a proper solution to our media right now in storytelling. The crappy woke media that we're getting today. You can go be with those people who care so much about being popular. I don't care. I'm trying to do for you guys a service. And again, this channel's not going to last much longer if you guys don't get behind me. So anyway, let's check out Phantom Blade Zero, Year of the Snake. Oh, whoa. Year of... You understand that this next year is Year of the Snake. I think that's what, or no, I think last year was Year of the Snake. Anyways, it's a thing that has to do with astrology, and I was wondering if they were trying to make a point about astrology. I think this upcoming year is Year of the Pig, actually. So anyways, I was just like, why would you release a game in correspondence with astrology? That's weird, but I don't think that's what they're doing. Obviously, though, I mean, astrology is still in the title here. Let's just watch it, though. Let's see what's up. Unreal Engine 5. Some games look like absolute trash on Unreal, but some games are really starting to look a lot better. Beware of the 7 stars and their sword formation. Together they have slain countless evildoers, but now they're dark and hollow, just like their faces. That reminds me of my wife and all of her countless bodies that she's accrued over years of whoring. Bro, I've said this many times over and over again. Asian people are going through a renaissance right now. And anyone saying otherwise, well, rather, anyone that's not recognizing this simple fact, they're stupid. And then, of course, by the way, American media is absolutely dead. Let's not forget about that. And that's because nobody actually wants to support anything outside of what is gay and feminist and woke. Hold on. I mean, that is so... Okay, I mean, that's a pre-contextual move that you can do, which is cool. I mean, that's literally like Crimson Desert. And I'm happy with games doing something like this, but this is clearly a move by the boss that then you can jump and have this counter to, which is cool. I like that in games. I'm glad that more games are trying to do this outside of Crimson Desert, but clearly, if multiple games are doing this, then it means someone was given a freaking memo to make combat more cinematic in this way, which I'm totally fine with. That's a good thing. It's just, it better be more dynamic, right? I'm hoping that Crimson Desert has a lot of cool things, like, for instance, you can kick people. You can grab, I think you can hurl yourself over their backs. Obviously, it's based on directional, I think, right? So if the enemy's back is towards you, you can roll over them, and you can also slide. I mean, there's a lot of cool things you can do in Crimson Desert, and I'm going to guess it's all contextual based on direction of the enemy and the player. But regardless, this is really cool, and I'm kind of looking forward to this. Games like this. But I'm hoping this game has actual substance. I'm going to be honest for 2 seconds here. A lot of people like to say that older games are better. Now, there's a lot of older games that are good, but there's a lot of older games that are bad. And by the way, there are also people who are like, oh, games shouldn't be cinematic. What is wrong with you? What the frick is... No, a great game has a great gameplay, and cinematics, because cinematics are what sells a story. You do not get a story outside of cinematics. You need cinematics because you get close-ups on faces. You get cinematography with cinematics. It also has separate pacing than gameplay. And also, just looking at a game character models does not sell a story. Looking at them sit still and talk to each other, that's not what sells a story. What sells a story is a proper cinematic. The problem that we've gotten for these many years is that you have a lot of people, they want to make trash movies and zero games. So we've been getting games that have trashy cutscenes, trashy writing, trashy characters. Again, go pick up my books if you're not a retard. But they have trashy stories, and then we have trashy cinematics, and then there's no game. And the game sucks. So we've just been getting trashy movie games, and that's all we've been getting. But having cinematics is absolutely necessary for giving players an immersive world to get lost into a story. Humans care about great stories. And it's enough with people saying that this doesn't matter. Why do you think the Bible has mattered for generations? The Odyssey, the Iliad, we can go down a long list. Why do you think it matters? Don't be a freaking retard. But again, a bunch of people, they don't read anymore. They're not educated. So they think that whatever trend or fad they hop onto, that they're right and they're correct. No, you're a freaking retard. That's what you are. And you don't read anything? You can't even read. You don't know what the words on the paper, what they mean. Jeez Louise. And I get why those people are not picking up my books. I get it. It's the other retards that can read. And they're like, I would rather have woke stuff. Or just soulless games. Anyways, there's a lot of people that don't have any storytelling, right? And like, that's another issue with games like these. They don't really have interesting stories. Like Stellar Blade. That didn't have an interesting story. Near Automata, that had an interesting story, but a lot of stories are just not that interesting, right? And that's a huge problem as well. But outside of that, I mean, Stellar Blade was a good game. It just didn't have a compelling story. It was so long. I don't know. Maybe they cut content there. I have no idea. But anyways, I like what I'm seeing so far with this gameplay. I'm interested by this. And I was saying something about people who couldn't read, the EBT gamers. I'm forgetting right now. Anyways, let's keep going. See, that's cool. I like that. But obviously, that is pre-contextual. So it's like a cutscene in your gameplay, which is fine. it's actually kind of nice to have. This is something I said for the longest time. It would be cool if we have dynamics in the game, right? Where we have certain game mechanics to counter a boss and their moveset, and then it activates a cinematic kind of stun, right? So you give this like cool looking stun attack through cinematic. That's nice, that's cool, that's immersive. That's totally fine to do. I'm just hoping that they make it dynamic and it's not just a gimmick here and there. That's my only problem right now with this. Just because obviously this is a trailer. So they better make this better be substantive. See, so that's cool. So that's the main boss, of course. That's interesting. It's a throw. I mean, but it's literally a cutscene in gameplay. That's the only problem here. I mean, that, like, you don't have a choice over that. It looks like maybe it's a grab and then it activates this kind of like gameplay cutscene, which is fine. It just better not be something that's on rails. It better be dynamic. It better be that I can actually avoid it, right? I can dodge it. Okay, so it looks like we have a counter attack that makes it so that if you're on your back or whatever, you're not able. So maybe it's like a get out of jail free card in the gameplay. It's interesting attacks on the Asian people, bro. They're going through a renaissance. They're going through a renaissance. American media, Americana is dead. It's just a bunch of blacks and gays and feminists and also other melanin races who are right now invading all the white countries. And then these people get pissed off when you say that you want white countries to remain white. Then they're like, oh, you want to replace us? And it's like, no, you have your own country that you can go to. Anyways. But yeah, Asians, they're going through a freaking renaissance. At this point, I'm just going to move to freaking China. Love of God. At least their gameplay is actually interesting. You know, I don't know what that has to do with the government, but you know, I guess it translates somewhere. That's cool. It's a cool attack. It's cool. This is definitely cool so far. Interesting. Okay, that's cool. That's a cool execution. So it looks like they put some good work into this game. You can tell this game was made by men. You can this attention. I've said this in a couple of my reviews back for I forget which game, but you can tell when a man works on something because there's all this attention to detail. Whenever there's a lack of attention to detail or everything's a little bit exaggerated or it's a little bit shallow, that's when you can tell women worked on it. It's cool. I like it. Yeah, I mean, dude, I like how eloquent, like, this is a very stylish kind of boss fight. If the other bosses in this game are a lot like this, that's going to be cool, you know, because I like how this is a very impressive boss fight. It's very eloquent. It's very, very stylish and artistic and also fantastical while still functioning as a boss fight. That's really cool. I like this. This is really impressive. Nice. Okay, that's cool. So now he's stunned and now we're getting a bunch of back shots. Just like on my wife. Yeah, the attacks are... Wow, that's so cool. Wow. Why... This is my This looks fluid. It doesn't look stiff or stale. You understand, like, I play games like Ubisoft, Assassin's Creed, and it feels nothing like this. It looks nothing like this. This looks fluid. This looks like my character's just flowing with my attack commands. More games should be like this. By the way, another game that's a lot like this is Black Myth Wukong. And by the way, it's not that difficult. Like, it should be that the directional input as you're attacking infers to the character, okay, nudge a little bit to the left if you want your character to be attacking, but also moving leftward and rightward, right? I don't like gameplay where the character feels stiff, right? They're only going forward, they're only going left or right, like, and those, like, it's what's the right way of saying it? I mean, it's like you can only operate on this very thin axis of movement, and everything's very stiff. Just like in Assassin's Creed, a lot of the recent games, it just sucks. I think a game that's actually a good example of this, even though the issue with Witcher 3 is that the combat is really not that in depth, and I wish it was more in depth, but whatever. It's a good enough game for what it is. It's just obviously the combat, it's not as intricate as it should be, but regardless. But I think in The Witcher, you could attack in any direction you wanted, and Geralt moves with that direction that you're attacking. So that's something that a lot of games, they overlook, but good games, they do not overlook this. You know, feeling fluid as you're attacking is just so important in a game. Really cool. Resurrecting. Okay. Oh, dude, that's so cool. Now, I don't like how many times we're having to do that same stun. I don't like that. It's a little bit too redundant. So I think they should have mixed that up a little bit more. But, you know, he has a good number of moves in this fight, this boss. So it's not like we need 1,000 different moves. It just seems like if you're seeing that happen like 5 times in a boss fight, it might be too much. Maybe. Alright, so puppet strings, I guess. This is so interesting, man. Wow. Oh, that's cool. Wow. Man, that's just cool. Oh man, that attack set is so cool. Bro, this is such an artistic boss fight. This is so well made. It's fluid, it's dynamic, it's creative. Wow. This is really good. I'm sorry. How is this happening right now? Like, so are you telling me that these Asian companies, like, somehow, where are they getting this from? How are they just erupting with all these good games? Like, they used to make a lot of dog trash, you know? And it used to be America that was the leading front lines of great gaming. But now, you know, China, Japan, they're taking absolute lead now. They are dominating gaming, and it's just because the woke have taken over. And then these woke retards, they love to act like they're so good at their jobs that, oh, if you don't have us being hired for these jobs, oh gosh, oh, the industry's gonna fall apart, and then you're not gonna get your games. Well, you guys are, you know, you're crap at your freaking job. Screw you. You're freaking useless. People like these guys make this. You, on the other hand, you make dog filth. I mean, what are we doing here, man? How is it that American companies cannot make good work like this any longer? and they're not creative anymore. Bro, it's just so cool. The attacks of the boss are cool. Like, this is good. This is good. I am triggered though that the Asian man in an Asian setting is not a black man. I'm sorry. Are we like, we're totally in Africa right now? Or I'm sorry. Didn't Africa temporarily geolocate to Japan for like 500 years during the age of Rome? And wasn't it that all the blacks were temporarily Japanese people because race is relative and everyone can be whatever race? Didn't you know that a British man is a Muslim man? Didn't you know that a British man is a black man? Didn't you know that an American is a Mexican? Triggered. I love the way that the character responds, how he blocks. This game is so visually impressive. Here's what I'm gonna say. Right now, Asian companies are making superior games. Here's my next question. Will they get to a point where they are making superior stories as well? Are Asian companies going to start leading in stories at some point coming up? You know, you already have guys like, you know, Hideo Kojima and the dudes he was working with when they were making Metal Gear, and Metal Gear was good for a time. Then you have some other, I don't know if Persona's ever been that good. I don't like Persona. Persona 5 is absolute dog trash filth, which, by the way, I played that game right before I started this channel. So, right before I started this channel, I played Persona 5. I would have shared my thoughts on it if I had started this channel earlier. I didn't. But that game is such dog trash. Anyway, how long until they actually start making really good stories as well? So cool. So cool. Yeah, that is what you do to make someone excited for a video game. That's what you do. So good. Oh man. The choreography is amazing, dude. Why does it matter what the weapon is when I can't even see the weapon? Impressive. Wow. I'm sorry, that's not my year. My year is Year of the Dog, and we can't date because personally, you're a fire sign and I'm a water sign, so you would just wear me out. By the way, I've actually had retarded chicks say things to me based upon astrology, but that's outside of the point. Just saying, and of course, you know, if you just pay attention, you see it happen all the time where women just make up stuff. So anyways, it's just like freaking retard females and stuff about astrology. I'm sorry, your year of the snake? Okay, see you later. I'm gonna go get with the year of the chicken. The year of the chicken Chad. He's waiting for me. I need to marry the year of the chicken Chad. You're the snake. You're not enchanted enough as a snake. Retard females. Anyways, I'm looking forward to the game. It looks cool. I'm definitely interested in this. I might want to pick it up. I am triggered that the main character is not a black or Hispanic or something else brown. Indian. Why is this guy not Indian? Don't know. So that's kind of triggering me right now. I'm actually clutching my pearls and now I'm moistening them. Very strange. I don't know what that's about. So I might have to download a mod to make this man black, or I might have to burn his skin.